Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Got some exciting news. I'm racing for a new cycling team, the Chapeau Cycling Club, and they're sponsored by MN Solar and Carver County Cycles. We're going to be covering the first race of the Machinery Hills Criterium. It'll be the beginner's night, and we'll be covering the 3-4 race that myself and 3 of my teammates are racing. A few things about the race. On the drive over, it was lightning and raining, and it looked like it'd be pretty miserable, but the weather actually turned out for us. The course was wet, but overall the weather conditions were good, besides quite a bit of wind. Before we start the race footage, I'll talk briefly about our strategy. Going into the race, having 4 of us in the 3-4 race, we decided to have 2 of us try to establish the break right from the gun, and then the other 2 stay in the field. So the start goes pretty much as planned. I launch hard from the start and catch much of the field by surprise. My teammate Jared is now in tow just behind St. Paul Bike Racing Club rider Micah as we go through the first couple turns. Jared pulls to the front here and we continue to our break of 3, and I take another pull right before the next corner. I was pretty committed to make this break stick, so I pulled all the way to the end of the lap, and we picked up one more rider, Carl, that bridged, making it a pack of 4. As we hit the backstretch, we've established a decent gap from the field, but it's not yet enough, and Jared yells at the group to pick it up. Here we hit the first bell lap. I'm pretty new to the whole points thing, so I wasn't really thinking about grabbing points. On the backstretch, Carl attacks and none of us in the pack take up chase. I managed to grab 1 point on this lap as we close down the distance to Carl. After another lap, Brad from Collective managed a solo bridge to our group, now making a break of 5 riders. This continues on for a lap and a half till what I would call my main mistake of the race. Taking the lead into coming into the start of the bell lap, I pull all the way to the start of the backstretch, and when I finish my pull, Carl attacks. And I fall in line behind my teammate Jared, but he doesn't respond to the attack right away. And meanwhile, Brad also attacks to chase Carl, leaving our whole break spread out. At the time, I wasn't sure how tired Jared was, but we were all pretty spread out, as you can see. We at least then catch up to Michael shortly after the lap, and we're back to our original group of Jared, Micah, and I. I take the lead and finish off the last bell lap, cleaning up a couple more points, and we continue to work as a 3-man group. At this point, let's fast forward to the final lap. I take a pull at the beginning of the lap, and then let Micah take a pull before the last few turns. I slide in behind Jared as we round the turn, and Jared gives me the signal and starts to unload, and I'm right on his wheel. I hold his wheel with Micah to my left and force him to the left of me as we make the right-handed turn. I hold Jared's wheel through the chicane and sprint the short 100 meters to the finish to take 3rd overall and also in the points. Looking at the overall results, our team took 3rd, 4th, 6th, and 8th spots. Not a bad result for the first race of the season. I'm looking forward to our next week for the Night 1 race, in which I'll be racing the Cat 4.5s. Be sure to like and subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll see you at the next one.